Charlotte, a huge 3 points today. What do you make of the performance?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good performance from us, so I'm really, really happy with the result. Really proud of the players today because I thought they really applied the work we've been doing in training. We wanted to be a little bit different today, and I thought we executed that superbly to get ourselves in a position where we go 2-0 up. And I thought we were really comfortable, to be honest. And we've given the ball away, and they've scored on the counter, and it's probably a lesson for us in that too. But I thought the way that we dug in and fought and stayed, ahead was something we've maybe not been able to do previously, and it feels like a moment for us that to see that game out in the manner that we did, and we were under a little bit of pressure at the end, as you're always going to be at 2-1. To get ourselves over the line was really, really important today.
They were really organised, and like you say, to see that fight, that desire, the character shown again, that must be probably the most pleasing aspect for you today. Yeah,
we have to. We've been in a moment where we've not been able to get a win for a couple of games, and it's difficult because we all want to win. But I was talking to Hilsey before the game, and she's saying to us, she's built that team over 5 years. So it's important we remember where we are. We're 7 months in. There's things that we absolutely need to improve, but there's things that we're doing really well as well. And I've seen that over the performances. So whilst we haven't won the game, there's been things that I've been happy with too. But of course, when you're not winning games, it's really difficult, and you have to really dig deep and find that within yourselves. And we've got to pump our own tyres up a little bit and make sure that we show the best of us. And I thought we absolutely did that today. And I just said in the huddle, the likes of Faz and Vera, they've been frustrated because they've not had a lot of minutes, but they've come in today, and I thought they were both excellent. And it's really important that that we mark that, because we said at the start of the season it's going to take everyone. And I think we're in a good moment now, in a good space where we've got players coming back from injury, and we've got a bit more depth, and we're able to change games now too and impact games. And I thought you saw that again today. So yeah, I'm really proud of the players. I'm delighted with the result, but we have to get our head down because we've got a really big game next week too.
How much confidence can a result like this provide the squad?
Well, it has to. We have to take confidence from today. No team goes unbeaten 2 or 3 weeks in this league, really. Never mind the run that Charlton have been on. So we know how well organised they are, and it was really important that we scored first today. We spoke about that in the week, that if we could get ourselves ahead, they'd have to come out a little bit more, and we had to be brave, and we had to play with intensity, and we had to make them defend, and I thought we really did that. So I'm really proud of them, because, like I said, when you're in that moment where you've gone a few games without a win, it can become really easy to just feel sorry for yourselves a little bit, but we didn't do that today. There's real belief in the group that we could go and get a result, and I felt it before the game, the way that they've trained this week and the attitudes they've had and the intensity that we've trained at. I knew we could hurt Charlton today if we got it right, and the players did that today.
What about a word on the goal scorers as well? Obviously Sophie Ingle, 4th for the season, and Lexi Lloyd-Smith again, she's chasing in on that golden boot too.
Yeah, absolutely. Soph is she's world class, isn't she? I think she gives us real calmness in what can be chaos at times. She keeps things so simple. I thought take away the goal, is one of her best performances for us today. The way that she managed the game and the way that she played forward, and we played through that midfield, I thought was really good today, and we knew it was going to be a really important part of the game plan, was to utilise the overload, and I thought we did it really, really well. And again, Lexi, I'm sure she'll tell us it was a world-class finish, and she meant it, but we spoke about being ruthless. It's important that in those moments that you finish them, you finish your chances, and she's done that again today, and she's chasing Rio down for top goal scorer, and Jess is on her tail as well, so that's what we want. We need competition. We know we've got the quality to create chances, so when we do, we needed to be more ruthless, and I thought we did that today.
Birmingham next, obviously another really big game. Is it now about not getting too high with the highs and too low with the lows at the same time?
100%. I was laughing, in the last interview. Like, you don't rip your game model up when you lose games or don't win them, and you can't get too high when you do win them, because there's some really important games coming up, and we have to be at our best. Next week will be a different game. Birmingham, again, like Charlton, they have a lot of quality, and they're very physical. They'll probably have a little bit more of the ball than Charlton did today, but it's really important that we make sure that that they're not creating chances easily against us, and ultimately it's about us, us showing our quality, because we've shown that today, and we have to make sure that when we play Birmingham next week, that we continue to show the best of us, and that when we get opportunities we take them, because we don't fear anyone, and we shouldn't. And performances like this will help us.
And a word on the fans today as well, stuck with you all the way through, sort of got you over the line as well in some sense.
Yeah, I think that was probably the loudest fans I've heard, actually, and I think obviously having the Robbins Foundation fans in as well, I think was was huge, and every time we win the ball and we travel forward, you hear the roar, you hear the celebrations for the goal. you know, in those dying moments, hearing the fans behind is so important. They play such a big part, and you know, we want to put smiles on faces, and we want to play games that entertain them, and they want to come back and support us because they're really important to us. So I'm so pleased for them that we got a win, because they've travelled home and away the last few weeks, and you know, it's not lost on us. It costs people money and time to come and do that. So we're really grateful, and I'm really glad that we could get a win for them today.